This is the top 10 most anticipated comics for October 26, 2022. Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer, and this is Comic Book Corner 2.0. It's never too early to start that pull list for next week, and hopefully this list helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy. Before we get started, guys, I need to talk about the Night Library, and they also have their newest Kickstarter out called The Red Hunt. So there's nothing wrong with reading free comic books, so why don't you check out the Night Library? Here at the Night Library, you can find free comics, free manga, free graphic novels, and more. Some books already in the archives: Red Hunt, a gritty action-packed story of violence, monsters, and the blood-crazed hunters who seek them out. Some men hunt the monsters, others they become them. Also available, Song of Stone and Warlock. New content is always in the works, and make sure you sign up for the Night Library newsletter for up-to-the-minute updates on latest projects, sweepstakes, and new releases. So not only is the Night Library providing you free comic books, but if you enter your email and join their mailing list, they will send you a free gift. It's a win-win, no risk for you. So check out the nightlibrary.net. I'll leave it in the description box below. So hopefully you guys can back the newest Kickstarter project from the Night Library, Red Hunt Issue 1. It definitely helps support the channel, and it helps support the smaller independent publishers out there. So let's get going. Let's kick off this hot seat. And the hot seat book goes to the Exterminators, Issue 2, one of the newest X books to hit the store shelves last month. And I actually like this book that consisted of, Jubilee and Dazzler and whatnot. I thought it was actually kind of fun. And this time we're going to get Laura X-23 in this book. And in the last issue, Dazzler broke up with her girlfriend, or her boyfriend, and they wanted to go out on the night on the town, and we find out that the boyfriend was a freaking a vampire, right? And so he winds up drugging him and taking him to this place that maybe like Arcade would put together, and they have to find a way to escape. So it looks like they're going to meet up with Laura in this issue. How they escape, what happens going forward, I don't know. I like the first issue. I could totally see this book going south from here. Some people hated the first issue. I liked it. Something different besides Krakoa crap. 28 pages, $4. All right, so now we move on to the book that's on the rise. In this book, definitely rose to the top really quick, and I didn't even know this was coming out until I was putting together this list. And this one goes to Damn Them All, Issue 1. Now, the reason why, it's not necessarily the writer Simon Spurrier, it's because of Charlie Adlard, the artist that did The Walking Dead. So whenever he does artwork on a book, I'm on board. And when you know he's doing artwork, it's got to be some type of horror book, right? And Boom Studios tends to do a lot of horror books. That seems to be their niche lately. And this is a supernatural thriller. If you loved We Have Demons and House of Slaughter, or Something is Killing the Children, you're probably going to like this book. And the main character's name is Ellie, Bloody Elle Hawthorne. So, Occultist for Hire. So it seems like a pretty decent book, at least from the synopsis that it gives. It's a long one, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But again, whenever Charlie Adlard is attached to a book, I'm definitely going to give this one a try. This one is $3.99. Top 10 now. We go on to X-Men Legends, right? This is issue 3. So we got past the first story arc that took place between the Hulk 181 and Giant Size X-Men, as you get to see Wolverine deal with the Hulk and meeting some of his other X-Men friends. And now we're going to go into Mojo World. So can the X-Men survive Mojo World? And also Longshot is introduced into this story as well. So this could be a pretty cool book because we also have Shadowcat, which is at the time Kitty Pryde. So if you're a fan of that time period when it comes to the X-Men, this definitely might be a book for you. I'm not a huge Mojo fan. I'm not a huge Longshot fan, but this book has yet to disappoint. So why not pick it up? 28 pages, $4. Next, we have coming in at number 9, we have the Scorched issue 11. Save you humanity at all costs. Laid out before the Scorched team, they realize it may be too late to stop him. So 24 pages, $3 for this book. This book is solid. It has great action. It's got all the Spawn characters together. I pretty much say the same thing over and over again. The problem with this book, though, in most of the Spawn books, is that the lack of story progression is just very slow. It's been the same story pretty much the whole time, but what happens in the book is still kick-ass and it's very entertaining, and you always want to see what happens next and how all these characters interact with each other. But that's why I say Gunslinger is the best one, because even though it's attached to all these books, it's still in its own way a very separate story as well. So again, 24 pages and $3. Coming in at number 8, we have DC versus Vampires, issue 10 to 12. We're almost done, guys. This book was released at the beginning of the year. We have the war for Earth takes a decisive turn as the heroes prepare to strike back. Can Supergirl and her team in Australia escape to space while the Birds of Prey's infiltration of Gotham City goes unnoticed by the Vampire King? And the Vampire King, we should know by now, is Nightwing, Dick Grayson. And man, oh man, he's been some crazy kick-ass ruler. So great, man. This has been definitely I don't want to say it's an underrated series. It was underestimated series. I thought this book was going to be a joke, and after you read issue 1 way back when Green Lantern took care of the Wonder Twins, I was like, whoa, what the hell happened here, man? And you never knew who was going to be a vampire and who was real, but now you got these guys teaming up with each other to try to, you know, save the day. It'll be cool to see how this whole thing ends out. So yeah, 32 pages, $4. Coming in at number 7, we have Thunderbolts issue 13. Hawkeye and Spectrum square off. Persuasion has her own perfume and super apes conquer Central Park. This book is great, man. I love Hawkeye trying to be a leader of this Thunderbolt team. Looks like Monica Rambeau is going to be part of the team as well. And it's this whole marketing thing, this whole brand situation. It's cool to see this team fumble and bumble their way through certain missions. They just recruited some other guy that they fought in the last issue that they thought was going to be a bad guy. This is on Luke Cage's watch. He's the mayor and he's the one that's putting together this Thunderbolts team. This is a fun read. This is one of the best team-up books that I've read in quite some time. This is 28 pages, $4. Moving on to number 6, we have Iron Cat issue 5. We have Felicia and we have Tony Stark fighting Sunset Bane, who has corrupted all of Iron Man's armor. This book from issue 1 has been great as it continues to flesh out the Felicia Hardy character, as you find out that she once was in a relationship with this female. I think her name is Tamara, if I'm not mistaken. And this girl has come back from the past to try to kill Felicia because Felicia killed the Black Fox. So this is pretty cool because it's got like boyfriend, girlfriend, like, you know, revenge stuff going on in this book. But it does definitely flesh out the characters a little bit more. There's been a lot of action. The artwork has been outstanding. And this is definitely a must read. Probably one of the best Iron Man books I've read in quite some time as well. So if you have not read this, and you might want to wait until the trade comes out, unless you can find back issues at your shop. 28 pages, $4. Now we move on to the top 5, and number 5 goes to Vanish issue 2. So the first issue was great. I know a lot of people were comparing this in a way of like Harry Potter, except it's like the superhero universe. We got to see this kid who was a chosen one. He wound up defeating the main bad guy at the beginning of the book, but all his disciples wound up going to Earth and they're disguising themselves. And now he's got to put on the mask again and try to destroy all these characters and go back to his past on what he was chosen to do, right? But instead, he's going to disguise himself as a villain here and try to attract these people towards him so he can take them out. Great artwork by Ryan Stegman as well. Can't wait to see how the character develops. The main character's name is Oliver. And yeah, great book, guys. 28 pages, $4. Coming in at number 4, we have Barbaric Axe to the Grind. This is issue 3. Last issue, we had a huge story of who actually Owen was, how he got cursed, same with his teammate Steel, actually the entire team. We learned a little bit about their arch nemesis of Gladius, so it very much was a history lesson, where these characters came from, but it looks like now we're going to get the action ramping up in this book. It's very vulgar. It's very gory. This is an awesome book. I love it. I never thought I would like a book so much from Vault Comics, but this is probably one of their top tier books. And there's like no filter on this book. It's so great. So this one is $5. All right, top 3 now. Now, this book recently got optioned. I loved it from issue 1. This is Rogues Gallery issue 4. This book has been so good about this young woman who plays a female lead in a show. It's a superhero show. It's got huge fandom, and she winds up quitting the show. And people are up in awe about this female quitting, and they're giving her lots of shit. Well, we're getting a lot of these kids that are dressing up as a rogues gallery, and they're going to her house, they're stealing her prized comic book, and they're committing murders, and they're doing all these things to get back at her for leaving this show. Do you want to talk about insanity? Man, oh man, this book is so meta. I love this. It's something that actually, like, a lot of people can relate to, whether you're an actor or actress or you're a YouTuber, whatever it is, man. Absolutely insane book. So good. It's gotten better every single issue. 32 pages, and this one is $4. Coming in at number 2, a return of a series, Strange Academy. That's right, guys. This is Strange Academy Finals, issue 1. Freshman year is almost over. From day 1, people have been wondering who is the savior of Strange Academy and who can bring it all down. The future of Marvel Magic is going to be decided here, and it will take far more than the Sorcerer Supreme and his school if Magic has a chance. This book has been great. All the school characters have been awesome. I love this book, and things are starting to heat up. Everything has happened. I feel like in the original Strange Academy, I felt like Scotty Young has taken the time to explain and give each character like their own issue or little story arc, so you get more familiar with them. And this has been so awesome. So I can't wait for the return of this book. I don't know if we're only going to get this second part of the first story arc, or if it's going to continue, if there's going to be a volume 3 or 4, I don't know. But regardless of what happens here, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Strange Academy Finals, issue 1, 28 pages, $4. But coming in at number 1, just based off of the last issue, goes to the Amazing Spider-Man issue 12. I love the last issue, as we got to see the return of Kingsley. We get to see the return of Ned Leeds. We get Norman Osborn interacting with Kingsley to try to give him his empire back. And then he got interrupted by Ned Leeds and them messing up the whole entire deal. And this is going to do something to Norman Osborn, as this probably leads him to become a superhero now of the Gold Goblin, because this is all leading into the whole Dark Web event, which I'm going to be covering right here on the channel. And I'm really excited for it, man. So Glider vs. Glider, Bomb vs. Bomb, Goblin vs. Spider. Spidey's new costume is going to be tested in a horrifying crucible. If you thought the Tombstone and Vulture fights were tough, you ain't seen nothing yet. Legacy numbering 906, 28 pages, $4. I'm excited, man. I have really enjoyed this arc. I know people are pissed off that we haven't gotten what happened to Peter in 6 months. That's just a tease, man. That's going to be a story told well later down the road, right? There is going to be a visit to that. Just enjoy all these other story arcs. These story arcs are what's going to make a great run, and I think they've been fun. So, yeah, let's check it out. We're at number 1. We're not done. We're going to move on to those noteworthy comic books, guys. Some books that are getting ready to come out that are just not on my top 10, but I might be still checking out. We got Detective Comics, issue 1065. I'm not really into these bad guys, so I don't know if I'm going to be continuing this book. We'll see. Next, we have Action Comics, issue 1049, as this leads into the, I guess, the new storytelling of the character. I think it starts in 1051, right? Then we have Batman Beyond the White Knight. We have issue 6 or book 6. Next we have Punchline, the Gotham game, issue 1. It's Gotham, it's Punchline, it's another Batman book. I don't know, we'll see. And I just wanted to put this out there for you. I don't know who is going to continue this book. I am not. The first issue was a train wreck. We got Tim Drake Robin. This is issue 2. Holy cow, man. That book is horrible. If you like it, hey, more power to you, man. But gosh, that art. Then we go on to Marvel. We have Moon Knight Annual issue 1. And it looks like that Moon Knight, Mark Spector, he's going to be facing the werewolf. So that's kind of cool. We got Venom issue 12. And then we'll move on to a couple indies. Man, I'm really on the fence about this book. It just makes me like, does this make me sick if I read this? This is called Lovesick issue 1. This is a pretty dirty book. This is way out there, man. I don't know. I think I put it on my pull list just to see how gruesome it is and how much I can take from it. I don't know. I'll give it a try. I'll see what it's like. Next, we have Creepshow issue 2. Yeah, issue 1 was just a lot of fun. It was a great horror comic. If you love horror comics, anthology books, this is for you. Reminds me of the show. And then for Rick and Morty fans, hey, congratulations. You got Rick and Morty issue 100 getting ready to hit store shelves. That's awesome. Never read an issue myself, but I just wanted to let you guys out there know that we're at 100 issues with this thing. And there you guys have it. There are my most anticipated and noteworthy comic books getting ready to come out for October 26, 2022. Guys, if you love the content, please, you know what to do. You got to give it a like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that great stuff. And of course, I'll leave you more content right here. In fact, this is my top 10 comic book covers of the week where you guys can have some fun and interact and vote for your favorite comic book cover of the week. And guys, keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, please read those comic books. Guys, I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.